Hey guys, what's up? It's Carmela Maniac. If you're new to my channel, sit down, take off your coat and stay a while, because today I'm going to be breaking down and reacting to Lana Del Rey's Henry Come On. So we have a nice easy guitar playing in this little intro here in the beginning of the song.
Henry, come on.
Then Lana Del Rey comes in and there's just already, I can tell right off the bat, so much reverb on her, which is typical Lana Del Rey, so I don't have an issue with it. She's very aesthetic and she always goes for this kind of like wanderlust aesthetic, you know what I mean? Okay, we have a gentle piano coming in. The gentle piano complements the guitar and the gentle voice of Lana Del Rey.
If you did nothing wrong,
I really have to admire Lana Del Rey's vocal style because she just has a lot of range. And I know usually when she's singing those higher notes, she's singing in head voice, but still she just has this huge range. Like she can make her voice very deep and dark and very atmospheric, and then she can also just go really high like a pretty fairy. And in this song it's kind of interesting because she uses a lot of different vocal styles. Like I said, she goes high, she goes low, and then she kind of has these like whisper parts, which really make the song dynamic. But at the same time, she kind of like disappears a little bit here and there in terms of her voice. So it's definitely interesting to say the least. Okay, so for the chorus, we have a couple different changes. We have the stringed instruments that come in for a little bit here. And then we also have these very nice feathery backup vocals, which are probably just different parts of Lana Del Rey singing. But still, they're beautiful and they match the vibe perfectly. It's kind of a call and response, like Lana Del Rey sings in line and then her backup singers, which are her, answer her.
And they struck me just like lightning.
So in the chorus here, she sings very high and very soft, and it's almost like she's whispering, which is definitely interesting because, as you know, choruses are supposed to be bigger and louder. And somehow this is bigger and louder. It's more epic.
I heard God say you were born to be the one.
We have a different guitar that comes in the chorus here as well. It kind of sounds very twangy. Not very. It sounds a little bit twangy. So it kind of takes me into the path of like the country area. That was really pretty. We had this like little violin walk down thing that led into the second verse.
I'll still be nice to your mom.
I lied, it's not just a little walk down from the violins and the stringed instruments. It's more of like a little interlude here, and it's very pretty and very girly, very sparkly, very wildflowers in the meadow, you know? Another thing I'd like to add, which I noticed later, is that the violins are kind of out of tune when they go sliding up and down, and this matches Lana Del Rey's slightly out of tune vocals when she goes sliding up and down in the same style, which I'll talk about later in the video.
Some people come and they're gone. They just fly.
We have a nice little low end balance here, so a little like cello comes in here on the second verse, so it's like very dynamic and very nice contrast. So we go from the higher violin part and then we go to this darker cello part for the second verse, and Lana Del Rey matches that as well with her lower voice because the second verse is much lower than the chorus.
Take your ass to the
Right before the line "take your to the house," there's a nice little guitar, another like twangy guitar part here, pointing me further into the country direction.
soft leather blue jeans. Don't you get it? That's the thing.
So for here in the pre-chorus, she sings the line jeans, and it's like it almost disappears into nothing. It's like jeans, you know, and I'm not sure if I like that, but it's definitely a stylistic choice, and I would say makes her stand out from everyone. Another thing I'd like to point out is in the pre-choruses, she's sometimes just a little bit out of tune when she's singing those ups and downs. And knowing Lana Del Rey, she's doing it on purpose, so just another interesting stylistic choice she's making there. It kind of fits with like the twangy guitar thing. She's using her voice to kind of slide up and down on these notes, and it's very like fluid and makes the song kind of slippery. You know what I mean? It's cool, but you still notice it's just a little bit out of tune here and there.
I've been striving, but yesterday
I would say the way she's making the choruses bigger is not by using her voice, but maybe more using the instruments. There's a lot more different instrument parts in the choruses, and they're all just kind of hyping her up. But again, she's just kind of very quiet in the choruses. It's kind of like she's floating on top of the instruments, but not in an overbearing way. So right after this chorus, the instrument, or the orchestra I guess, takes over here for her. It's doing the same melody that she sings in the pre-chorus, so it's a nice little theme continuation thing. Like, this part on its own could be its own piece. What I mean by piece is it could be its own musical movement. You know what I mean? Like an actual piece. Piece means that a piece of music doesn't have any words or lyrics in it, so that's a piece. So a classical piece is a piece, whereas this song is a song because it has lyrics.
You know, settle down, darling. It's last call, hey y'all.
Okay, there's a part where she whispers, like she literally whispers the line, you know, settle down type. It's cool, I guess, but you know, very angsty. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely that twangy guitar happening, and it's giving me a lot of country vibes. It's kind of supposed to be this fairy tale song, and you know, you don't really notice the twangy guitar that much, so I wouldn't say that it completely overpowers everything and makes it country. It's kind of slid in there subtly and makes it work. But every time I hear that guitar, all I can think of is country, so I don't know what to say. Obviously this is a slower song, so the beat here is not very complicated or fast, obviously. It's very simple, and it just kind of carries the song forward in this like smooth, easygoing, flowing type of way, which is good. This is a typical Lana Del Rey song. You know, she's very gentle, the vibes are like feminine energy with sunflowers in the middle, like I mentioned earlier, in a flowing white dress. You know the vibes. This is the type of music where you put on your headphones and you just pretend you're a fairy frolicking through the grass. That's what you do to this song. You pretend like every person you've ever met has done you wrong, and so you're just kind of like angsty to yourself, but like wanting to let people know, but don't really want to let people know that you're letting them know, in like a look at me kind of way. I'm not saying this in a bad way, I'm just saying like this is kind of like, oh, look at me, look at all my troubles. Okay, I'm gonna stop. People are gonna actually flame me on that. You have to pretend like everyone you've ever met has done you wrong, and you're just kind of like woefully singing about it in a field. It's always in a field. It's always in a field with the flowers, okay? This song is really pretty. It's got like the violins, it's got like the pretty vocals, it's got this just like gentle feeling throughout the song, and it's very well, maybe not dynamic, but more having a lot of contrast. So like the really high vocals versus the kind of lower, deeper, fuller vocals, and the stringed instruments match that contrast as well, with the high violins doing their thing and then the cello doing its thing later on in the verses. So there's some really nice themes in this song. We have that vocal melody, we have the stringed instruments copying the contrast in Lana Del Rey's voice. All in all, it's just like a pretty song, and very artful, and it has a certain aesthetic, and this aesthetic is what makes all her followers follow her. Like, it is a specific aesthetic that she puts out and everyone latches onto and makes their own aesthetic. Like, it's a thing, like the Lana Del Rey aesthetic. If you've ever opened Instagram, you'll know like the Lana Del Rey aesthetic. So yeah, the violin parts in between like verses and everything, it's really pretty. It's not my vibe, but it's really pretty, and I can definitely see why so many people love it and love that aesthetic. And then all the things that I was talking about, like the sliding with her voice, all of this is intentional. and it contributes to the aesthetic. So yeah, I'm gonna give this song an 8 out of 10 on the millimeter, and definitely encapsulates the Lana Del Rey vibe, and it's very nicely done. Lana Del Rey kills it with her vocals, even though she whispers sometimes. I know it's on purpose. So yeah, someone said Lana Del Rey is back on her throne, or the queen is back on her throne. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, or even if you didn't, please consider subscribing to the channel. Tell me what you guys thought of Henry Come On by Lana Del Rey in the comments below. Keep listening, and I'll talk to you guys later.